Well, good evening and merry 10th day of Christmas. I hope you are having a great start to your week. And you may be wondering why I have my friend here. Doesn't seem quite like the right season, does it? But as you can see, he has his Christmas bow on. And thinking about pumpkins really sort of relates to what we're talking about today in our 10th reading. If you haven't already started, yeah, we're at day 10, but why don't you start right now? Just start on day 10. You can download the devotional at littlehills.church/devotional and join in. If you want, you can complete it and read the rest after day 12, but just start on day 10 right now. And day 10, we're talking about Jesus' sinlessness. It's one of the things that we learn about in Scripture, that Jesus was like us in every way, yet without sin, as the author of Hebrews says. And I think a lot of times, while we know that we're sinful, we'd like to think that we're pretty close to that. We compare ourselves to others and think of how we're doing better at this or that than other people. And we tend to see ourselves all nice and put together like a good jack-o'-lantern is, maybe even with a little Christmas bow on. You know, we're doing really well. We're going into the new year now, and we've resolved, maybe we made some resolutions to do things better. But not every pumpkin looks like this. Out on my deck, there are some pumpkins that looked beautiful a couple months ago, and now they're just sort of a flat pile of mush that's hard to even move because between the squirrel eating on them and the cold and the warm and so on, they've rotted away. We like to think we're like this, but in our sinfulness, we're much more like those rotten pumpkins. And so we put on the good jack-o'-lantern face, may put the bow on, but there's all that rottenness inside. And yet Jesus is far better than the best pumpkin. He truly is perfect. How do we deal with that? How do we make sense of that? We can't really make sense of it, but we are challenged to follow him. And that isn't to get everything right. If we're a pile of mush out on the deck, we can't turn ourselves into a beautiful jack-o'-lantern with a Christmas bow or not. What we can do, though, is turn to the one who isn't rotten, and he restores us. He's the only one that can take a rotten bunch of mush on the porch and turn it into what it was again. That's what he offers to do with you and with me. We're already on the third day of January. Are there some resolutions that maybe already are going by the wayside, or you can feel that they're going to slip out of your grasp, things where you want to be better? Jesus can take that mush, that rottenness that keeps cropping back up in us, and restore us. But what he calls us to do is to follow him. So how can we do that better this year? Anything strike you? I'd love to hear from you if you have some thoughts on that. Let's share them together as we continue this devotional journey. And I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you again for tomorrow's journey.